All right, John and I are out trying to get to the Smokey Mountain 500. We just spent way too long on a 4-lane highway, which we shouldn't have been on. But I think we've got, what, 30 more minutes and we get to our sort of starting point. And I'm psyched. Gonna check out our pack, do a big shakedown for the tat, make sure everything works, find out what we're missing, and it should be fun. I think there's gonna be some rain. It's looking a little nasty over there. And it's fucking cold. Sorry, I'm supposed to try not to swear anymore. When I talk to myself, I swear a lot, I guess. And some people have been offended. Sorry about that. I'll try to keep it to a minimum. All right, so John and I left Asheville about 7:30. I don't know what time it is now, but took us about 2.5 hours to get to the start of the Smokey Mountain 500. We just passed the Cherohala Skyway, and we're about 10 minutes into it. And it's freezing, man. It is so cold. I don't know what's going on. And on the way here, we definitely dealt with the some of the many limitations of the CT125. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's great on the fun stuff. It's hell to get to the fun stuff. Now we're on this very steep hill. I'm in second gear. If I downshift, it just like winds it out. And it's just, it's such a dog, especially loaded down like this. I mean, I have to have 40 pounds of a pack on it. But I'm trying to remember how I met John. We've known each other for like 25, 30 years. We're both in our 50s. And we met in Columbia, South Carolina, probably in the early 90s or late 80s. And we were both in bands back in the day. He was in a band called Telico. I was in a band called Treadmill Track Star. And there were tons and tons of bands in Columbia at that time. It was a really, really good scene for some reason. I don't know why. But we were all in bands, and we all did lots and lots of touring. And we all did pretty well there for a while. Pretty much toured all through the 90s. And my band got a record deal, so did his. His band got, they played on Conan O'Brien one time.
Without any further ado, America, here to perform Party Snout is our choice for the top college band in the country, Blighto Body.
And it was a very fun period of time. I definitely recommend that everyone join a rock band for their entire 20s, because that's a great way to spend your 20s. But anyway, we kind of kept in touch over the years. I left in '98. My band got dropped, and so I left because I just couldn't do it anymore without the tour support and stuff. Couldn't go back to sleeping on pool tables and all that. So I moved to California to chase my now wife, and I think John kept going. He was in a bunch of other bands too, and we've played together a couple times. He was in a band called Danielle and the Tantrums, and they went until the early 2000s. So anyway, when I moved to LA, we kind of, I guess we lost touch. That was before Facebook and all that stuff. And I stayed in Los Angeles for a good 7 years, and then I moved from there back to the southeast to Asheville. And when I moved back there, my band actually got back together and started making records again, just for the hell of it, and sort of reconnected with everybody. Columbia is only about 2 hours away. And then after a year or two, John started playing guitar with us for some shows. So anyway, we go back a long, long ways, and we just have a ton of stuff in common. All the music stuff, motorcycles, beer. Did a long stretch of beautiful dirt road through Cherohala, Cherokee Forest. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's really beautiful. Followed this gorgeous river, and I had never been on that road before. I've been on this road a bunch of times, and it's gorgeous. Lots of motorcycles out, lots of motorcycle waves happening. I think it's going to be cold. And everyone who sees this, you got to do the Smokey Mountain 500. This is gorgeous. I mean, it is just beautiful for miles and miles and miles. I was thinking about how much of a pain in the ass it would be to do this with a paper map. But then I remembered that when I first moved to Los Angeles in 1998 or something, I was just dirt broke. Had no job. And I got a job as a motorcycle messenger. And that was before, you know, might have been cell phones. There were definitely pagers. Might have been cell phones, but there was no Google Maps or anything like that. So you still had to use a map. And in Los Angeles, if you're from there, you know the Thomas Guide if you're of a certain age. And it was this giant, like 1-inch book of maps. And it had all these keys, and you could look up a street and it would say, you know, page 223 G4, and you could find the street, and then you'd have to figure out how to get there. And I had to use that as a motorcycle messenger and someone who just moved to Los Angeles. And they put a premium on speed, so like they encouraged you to split lanes and do whatever you had to do to get there as quick as possible. It was a crazy, crazy job. And that also reminds me, speaking of all the band stuff, you know, so my band had just gotten dropped, and I made a demo before I left Columbia. Actually, John recorded it for me in our practice space that we shared. And I brought that to LA because, you know, I was going to start another band and get another record deal or whatever. None of that ever happened. But when I first got out there, I had this motorcycle messenger job, and I took a day when it was a day off, and I took a bunch of my demo CDs and I just put them in envelopes and put a sticky note that said, hey, you've got to check this out. And then I signed it Jim, or some, you know, some name like that everybody knows a Jim. And then I put on my motorcycle messenger uniform or whatever, and took my little motorcycle messenger clipboard, and I went to all these record labels in Los Angeles and handed out these demo CDs. And I had, you know, back then we had all these books that listed the record execs and stuff, so I had everybody's name, and I would hand deliver it to them. And I went into, what was it called, Maverick Records. It's the one that was owned by, started by Madonna, I think. It was in Beverly Hills. This gorgeous building. And the guy's name there that was like the head executive was Guy. And so I walked in there and, you know, told reception, I've got to hand deliver this to Guy. And she's like, can I see your ID? And I'm like, yeah. So I showed her my license, and she like wrote my name down or whatever. And then she said, well, you can't hand deliver it, he's busy. And I'm like, well, then I'll wait, because I have to hand deliver it. That's the instructions from the sender. Like, they started to get pissed and they wanted me to just leave. And it kind of there was a bit of a ruckus, let's say. And the last thing that happened was security came, and they opened the envelope, took out the CD, which had my name written across it in huge letters, and obviously they matched that with the license they had taken. They're like, they escorted me out of the building. But I thought that was a great plan, and it actually worked. Sony Music called me, and they're like, we want to come see your band, we like this stuff. And unfortunately I didn't have a band, and I couldn't get one together in time. and it just sort of all faded away. And then I got a job in the film industry, and it forgot about music for a while. But anyway, that's my motorcycle messenger trying to get a record deal story. Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm on my last dot. I guess we'll go a little bit further.
Oh shit. I gotta say, whoever laid out this route is a freaking genius. For real. This is some of the most beautiful riding I've ever encountered. It's just amazing. And once we got off the damn highway, I mean, this bike is absolutely perfect for this stuff. You can't go any faster than it goes, and it handles all the dirt so well. It is just really fun. This is officially the longest I've ever been on this bike. I think we're hitting just about 6.5 hours in the saddle. Took a couple of breaks. And I'm feeling pretty good. My ass is feeling all right. I mean, I could definitely do another hour and a half. Easy, maybe more. So this is for sure 100% the tap bike, without a doubt. And I know there's going to be some sucky times. On the highways, or I don't think it goes on the highway, but there's definitely going to be some 55-mile-an-hour roads that are not going to be fun. But I think John was saying that this is probably pretty typical of what the Tat will be like, and if that's true, then I'm going to be golden on this bike. think we're starting to close in on Telico Plains. Oh, here's a nice little water crossing. Good luck, John. Oh. Oh.
I've got like water all in. So.
They're waterproof, aren't they?
Yeah, but I've stuck my foot in deeper than the water.
Oh. That sucks. That sucks. All right, I got lucky on that one. I feel good. This doesn't look bad, does it? I'm going. Oh, I don't have the flexibility to get John. Damn, that's deeper than I thought. All right, those are the first two real water crossings. We both made it through fairly unscathed. This has been a glorious day of riding. I think we're somewhere near Telico Plains, which is going to be our camp spot. Oh, another one? Jesus! This one looks deep. Oh, it looks deep. Holy shit. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy. Whew. That was deep, man.
Yeah.
And I was in second. Good job. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not soaking wet yet. That was fun. I was standing up across that creek. I'm pretty proud of that. No crashes yet. Wow, this is just like one after the other. Oh, shit. That was not pretty, but I made it across. Anyway, today has been awesome. Whoever created this route, seriously, needs a medal of some sort and some money or something. Because I mean, it's incredible. So many different types of roads, so much different scenery. And as soon as you get tired of one type of road, you're onto another one. It's just fantastic. And these bikes are troopers. Just perfect. Got lucky there's no rain so far, and it's been a really nice day. A little cold though. And I learned that gravel is my least favorite thing. But man, if you get a chance and you haven't, you gotta come do this. And when you do, you'll probably shift better than I do. Just stopped for gas at Telico Plains, and like 4 motorcycle dudes came up to us about these bikes. They're very popular.
How'd you feel about your first day on a real ride on the CT125?
I thought it was excellent. I thought it was a very capable machine. The ride was beautiful. There was a variety of like cool roads, twisties, gravel, some loose gravel, some like very approachable gravel, a lot of tight climbs. I think I've been higher in the mountain today than ever.
Yeah.
Some neat overlooks, and then kind of at the very end, there's those water crossings. It was the whole deal. The morning ride was, I don't know if you mentioned it, but the morning ride was
not so fun. Yeah, that's what I keep saying over and over about these bikes. It's like, they're great when you get to the stuff, but getting to the stuff just sucks. But I mean, we did get on a 4-lane highway and
by accident
get killed. Yeah. And it wasn't fun because was it 55 or 60?
I think the speed limit might have been 55, but we were getting, luckily the traffic wasn't that bad, but we were getting overtaken pretty hard.
Yeah.
I think we should probably try to take 19 back.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Definitely.
Might be slower a little bit, but we won't be as much at risk of being run over.
I'll blame Google for that today. Yeah, because we were going as slow as 45 on the highway up a hill. It's so dangerous. But anyway, Smokey Mountain 500 is awesome. whoever set this up.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was beautiful.
So with combining leaving your house in Asheville, the little kind of detours we did getting there, added a couple miles, plus whatever it is today, 134 miles. I feel like we clocked 200 on the bikes today. And surprisingly, the seat didn't drive me crazy. Now, I still have the stock seat. That's one thing I forgot to bring was I have one of those purple seat cushions, and it's the portable one that you can kind of fold up and take with you to like sporting events or whatever. I was just going to lay it over the seat when I started feeling butt pain. I forgot it, but it was not bad. I think the more fun you have, you can kind of overlook that stuff.
Yeah, totally. I do have a modified seat. There's a little foam in it, and I think that definitely helped, but there are still a couple times stand up for 3 minutes and it's kind of fine.
I think we calculated 9 hours, maybe 9.5 total. That's with a good bit of stopping. We missed a few turns trying to follow the GPS. We're just learning a few things today. Some GPS errors, testing some things out with shooting video.
Yeah, following the GPS is harder than I thought it was going to be. So I've only used Gaia for hiking, which it's fine. But for this, you really got to pay attention, or you'll blow right by a turn. And it's not always completely accurate either. It's like my little arrow was sort of getting stuck, and then all of a sudden it would move across the screen. So it's not perfect. But
the other challenge we had today was learning about. We don't really need this for the ride. We need GPS, but all these things that we're charging, all these electronics. Like right now, I'm charging 2 phones, 4 GoPro batteries. I still need to charge my T-Com, the little helmet intercom. I don't know if it was because I was trying to use the onboard USB to charge too many things, and maybe the voltage was low. Excuse me, the current was low, so it wasn't doing much. But we had a lot of figuring out that we were draining batteries today. We did manage to get the intercoms to work until my battery ran out. But they worked really well. The range was good.
yeah, and they're cheap. It's those T-Com. I forget I'll put the number on the screen, whatever it is, but they're very cheap and it worked great.
The other thing that's been kind of funny is every time we stopped for gas twice, and someone always comes up and mentions the bikes, the Hondas.
Yeah.
And we ran into some folks from the ADV forum. I've already forgotten the gentleman's name, but met some guys today,
and he was the guy that was in one of the Grom people's.
The Kiwi Grom.
Yeah.
He was the guy that helped them replace their broken shop in Alabama. So randomly saw him at a gas station.
And even here at the campsite, like 4 people have come up saying, these bikes are so cool and you guys have to do the tat on them. I think we're going to do the tat on them.
Today was a good test.
Yeah, it was beautiful today. It's gorgeous. That's all we got for today. Hit that subscribe button, hit the alert button, and join us for day 2 of the Smokey Mountain 500. And later this summer, join us for the TAT. Catch you later.